Hello everyone, welcome to Sunup Conversations. Haven't been on for a while, but wanted to catch everybody up with what's going on. I lost my best friend this past week. Uh, so I thought I'd come out on the driving range and hit a few balls and tell you about it, and because I don't know that I could get through it any other way. But let me tell you about Jaxon. Jaxon was the best dog we've ever had. Everybody has a good dog, but Jaxon was the best one we ever had. Back in 2017, we went to Bowling Green to a breeder down there, and I told the breeder when we went down, we'd been looking at him. They had a picture of him. He was a cute little puppy, and when we went down, I told the breeder, I said, now we're coming down, we're going to look at him, and no promises, but if I want him, if I like him, we'll bring him home. I'm trying to be objective. But so we got down there, and we went and looked at him. Of course, he was cute. Every little puppy is cute. So I'm trying to be objective, and he smelled good and he looked good, and but I'm still trying to be objective. And she brought out this binder that had his medical records, his birth records and everything else. And lo and behold, I looked, and his date of birth was the same day, month and day as Tammy's, 10/21, my wife. I knew then that dog was coming home with us. So I paid the breeder, and we brought him home and went through all the puppy stages. The first week or two, he had a few accidents in the house, but we expected that. But we kept working with him, and finally, after about the second week, we actually never had another potty accident in the house, which was a great thing. And so we had him for a little over 8 years, almost 8.5 years. And a few years back, we noticed a tumor come up and on his side, and we had it checked, and as that breed is known to do, it was just a fatty tumor. It wasn't anything to worry about. And so we didn't. We found a couple more, and they assured us that it was the same type of tumor and all that. And so we went on and enjoyed Jaxon. Just the greatest golden doodle I could ever imagine having. He was affectionate. He was a good dog. Never hurt anybody. I never feared him being around kids or anything. Feared biting. Nothing like that. He was just a great dog. And then here, just a few weeks ago, actually around the 1st of April, this is the end of May, we noticed some changes. He got a big knot under his chin, and we were watching it, and we thought, well, it's another one of them dumb tumors. And so one morning we got up, and that knot had gone down. And a little bit later, Jaxon went outside, and he vomited a whole bunch of yellow pussy looking stuff. I mean, it was huge, and I don't want to gross anybody out. But we knew then that something was up. We took him to the vet, and the vet, she checked it over. She said, well, there's nothing there. There's nothing we can do. So we brought him home, and fast forward a couple weeks, and suddenly he started not wanting to eat. And Jaxon was always good about letting me give him his medicine. As bad as any dog hates to take medicine, he took it. But we noticed then that he absolutely would not let me get near his mouth. And in his way, he was aggressively saying no, not coming after me. That's not the type dog he was. But he was saying no to getting around his mouth. So things just progressed worse and worse, and we started giving him yogurt. Get him take his medicine. We'd crush it up, put it in some yogurt. He'd eat it, and eventually he got to the point where he wouldn't even eat his yogurt. Apparently it was just hurting too bad to swallow. He would drink water, but he started refusing to eat anything. And so we ended up taking him to the veterinarian, took him to a different veterinarian, one that his current veterinarian had recommended us take him to, because they determined whatever it was over their head. And I appreciate them recognizing that. So last Saturday, we ended up taking him to that vet, and that vet told us that as bad as we hated to hear what she was saying, she felt tumors in there in his throat, his glands or whatever right in here were swelled up. And she didn't know whether or not it was cancer or not, but she said even if it's not, if we go in and take those out, there's a very distinct possibility they'll come back. And he's not swallowing, so there's no way of treating it with medication. Long story short, we didn't come home with him that night, and it was very painful. And it's been pretty painful ever since. You can imagine eight and a half years with a dog that never once gave you any trouble. Always wanted to be at your feet, or, well, he was 98 pounds at one time. He got almost to 100, and but he was a lap dog, so he would come and try to sit in your lap. Only about half of him would get there. Sometimes he got all of his body in there, but it wasn't very common that he would do that. Or he would get up and lay on the couch with us and kind of snuggle. He always slept right beside my bed. We could leave him, if we had to, for hours on end. He had a doggy door that he would come and go as he needed to. If he needed to go out and potty, he was welcome to do that. He had the ability to do that. He was a free feeder. He roamed the house freely. We never crated him when we left. He never was destructive. We never had that problem at all. Just the best dog we ever had. Best friend, I guess you could say. So Sunup Conversation is supposed to be a positive kind of channel. And I got to tell you right now, this one for sure is not a positive outcome. But so I don't know why I'm telling you all this. I just need to get it off of my chest. If you've got a dog, if you got a fur baby, love him to death. Enjoy him while you can. You don't get to keep them forever. They don't live as long as us adults do, but they teach us a lot, and Jaxon taught me a lot. Jaxon was my morning buddy. I would get up and go to the sunroom where I would do my reading or Bible study or whatever, and Jaxon always sat over in Tammy's side of the couch, and he would sit there and look out the window watching for squirrels or birds or anything to protect us from, while I would sit and read and study or edit my sunup conversations, and we had a great 8.5 years with him. So there's so many stories I could tell you about Jaxon. Stories with his adopted cousins, Lily and Beckham. My daughter, they've had several doodles, and Jaxon loved going up and playing with them. He was good for the kids because the young ones learn that dogs are not to be feared. I could tell you so many stories about him. Stories that just, are heartbreaking for me. As his parents or as his humans, our job is to take care of them. But when we can't, we do the best we can. We travel some, not a lot, but he had a substitute human, she calls herself, Kathy. She sits with a lot of dogs, one at a time, or if it's a family of 2 dogs, she will sit with them too. But we always knew when we had to leave town and Kathy was watching them, that he was being taken care of. If you're still here, I appreciate you staying through this. It's been tough, and like I say, I came out here so I could at least swing the club and hit some balls and not get too emotional, because it is even still pretty raw. So I appreciate you staying with me. Nothing I've said would cause you to like and subscribe, but if you will, it would certainly help us, and I'll try to bring better news in the future. But take care, and y'all have a good day. Bye.